Welcome to the School of Rockstars. Today we are going to think like Jocko Willink. He says, you have lived a life dominated by doubt and fear. How do you step into bravery? What you do? Answer my question. How do you step into bravery?
We took this question from Twitter and I answered the question in one word. You've lived a life dominated by doubt and fear. How do you step into bravery? Step. That's how you step into bravery. Step. Take the step. Step aggressively towards your fear. And that step towards your fear is the step into bravery. Because we're scared of what we don't know. And there is only one way to learn and to know, and that is to confront that fear. You have to step, you have to go. And this simple action, this simple attitude, it answers so many questions. My theory here would be, if you're afraid of fighting and altercations, go train jiu-jitsu. If you're afraid of heights, work on some rock climbing. If you're afraid of the water, it's time to swim. It's time to surf. It's time to get out there. If you're afraid of pull-ups, if you're afraid of pull-ups, do pull-ups. If you're in squats, do squats. If you're afraid of public speaking, go speak in public. Mm-hmm. If you're afraid to start a business, start a business. Make it small. And on all these, what you have to do is you have to mitigate the risk and you have to ease yourself into it, but you got to go for it. And eventually you will overcome that fear. Mm-hmm. But the hard part is you got to take that first step. Yeah. You got to take that first step to begin to inoculate yourself against the fear of the thing that's in your mind. Because that fear generally is in your mind. Yeah. That, when you get up on stage to do a public speaking, people are not going to throw tomatoes at you and say, "Oh my, you're an idiot, get off the stage." No, right. They're going to sit there, So there's nothing to fear. Yeah.
I had done the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and my publisher said, "Hey, they're doing well, do another one." So I came up with SpiderMan, and I said to him, "I got this great idea. I want to call him SpiderMan, and he's a teenager." So I gave him the idea, and he said, "Stan, that is the worst idea I have ever heard." He said, "First of all, people hate spiders. You can't call a hero Spider-Man. Secondly," he said, "he can't be a teenager. Teenagers are only sidekicks. And finally, he can't have personal problems. Don't you know what a superhero is?" So he wouldn't let me do it. One day we had a book we were going to kill called Amazing Fantasy. When you're going to do the last issue, nobody cares what you put in it. Just to get it out of my system, I put Spider-Man in the book, and we sold it. And it was a bestseller. So my publisher called me in a couple of weeks later and said, "Stan, you remember that character Spider-Man that you and I liked so much? Why don't you do a series of it?" And that
I saw his answer. He's like, step. Take that step. Take the first step aggressively towards that fear. Take that first step. What is that step are you going to take today towards that fear? What is that fear? What is the one fear that you want to really face it? You want to do something in your business or life, but you are having that fear that getting you back, that is like encouraging you to step down or step out of that. What is that fear? What is that one thing you will take that first step towards that? Answer my question. And how do you, if you want to be great, you need to face that fear. You need to get into that fear. That's what I did in my career or in my YouTube career or Instagram, because I used to like I used to have that insecurity feeling and that low confidence, low self-esteem, because I always feel that my language is not good, my face is not good, like I'm not photogenic. I used to like don't take, I'm not I used to be the person who don't take any photos, because I feel like I'm not good because of my black moles on my face, because I have many on my face. I feel insecure, and also I felt like my face is not good, and also I don't have that confidence in me. I don't have that confidence to speak and ask a question, ask a simple question. I have all that fears in my mind until I took that first step towards it. Like I'm doing a full-time job, but I have that fear, insecurities for almost since my childhood. I have all those fears until I carried those insecurities until like 24 years or 23 years. 23 years I carried all those insecurities, but now I'm not gonna take it further, because I took that first step. I took that first step towards my fear with coming to US. I took that huge step because that's the fear. I don't have money to fund for my education. I took loan. That's a huge first step. That's a huge fear, and I don't have that confidence that I can speak. That is second fear that I faced. And also many of my relatives, many of my friends think I don't get a job because I don't get any job. They didn't believe in me, but I have that self-belief and I can do it. I can think different. I can make it happen. Even if it is inconvenient. I lived in a room where almost in a small room where we have only one washroom for all this 10 people. I lived in a small room with 10 people. You have to step into fear. You need to take that risk. You need to face that inconvenience. Then only you will get out of that fear. You need to do something that scares you. How do you overcome that fear? How do you? Because there is only one simple step. You need to take that first step. You need to take that step and just do it. How do you become famous? Think, how do you become famous? You don't become famous in one day or one night. You have to make many mistakes. You have to learn from those mistakes, and you have to put all those experiences into further projects. Then only you will get good. You'll get better. You'll get best. That's what I'm learning all these days. Evan Carmichael. He is now having almost 1.6 million subscribers on YouTube. But when he started his channel, he is to get that confidence in front of the camera, it took him to take 500 videos or close to 500 videos. After that, he got that confidence that I can make it happen, that I can handle this business. If you don't take that first step, because you won't get better with one video or two videos. You'll get better by thousands and thousands of videos. If you want to be a good content creator, you need to make mistakes and learn from them. If you some people think I don't have a big camera, I don't have a lighting, I don't have a couch beside me, I don't have a good lighting or a good background. They'll think all those things and they won't take any action. If you think all those things, and if you think and think, it becomes overthinking. And if you overthink, you can't do anything. If you stop overthinking and start taking that small step, then you know what you are right, what you are capable of, and what you can do to make those corrections. Because if you don't take that first step, you don't understand what you are capable of and what you need to have. Because to get that confidence to speak in front of the camera, you don't need lighting, big cameras, big equipment, big room or studios. So many people think, I will start speaking in front of the camera once I build a beautiful office. But it will take years and years to get there. To overcome it, you need to start doing that. You need to start taking action today. Don't wait for equipment, big lighting. If you start shooting a small video, 1 minute or 15 seconds video in phone and post it, if you have that confidence and if you have that good content that you speak, then it will go viral. You don't need any camera or anything. You just need to take that first step. Take that first step towards step into that fear. Step aggressively into that fear. That's how you will get better. You will get best. You will get the most out of it. That's how you will succeed in your business. That's how you will succeed in your life. Think. Don't overthink. Just do it. Take that step. Take that first step. Step into fear. Don't be a victim of life. Be a rock star, guys. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
And content and media, a lot of my issue comes in me not being able to get out of my own head. I think a lot about everything. I think about, okay, well, it could look better if I wait until I set up my office to make it look a little cooler with a nice background, or maybe it'll be better when I get that extra light. I'm gonna wait till I get the light. Or it could be better if I did. Stop. Just stop. Step one, just do it. Just stop thinking about it. Just do it. Just film. Just start filming now. Forget about the light. Forget about the couch or the setup or the background, or I don't know where to get music from. I don't know where. Just forget all of that for now. The only thing you need to think about is just filming. The same thing goes for photos. I don't know what to take photos of, or I don't know how to get my photos to look as good as this guy that I follow on Instagram. Or you know how you're gonna get there? By taking thousands of bad photos. You're gonna get better once you go through the You know, how do you take good photos? You take thousands of bad photos until you start taking more good photos. And then the ratio starts changing, and then suddenly you've got more good photos than you have bad photos, and before you know it, people are asking you how to take good photos. But the step that is required to get to that point is just starting to take photos. Take photos of whatever. Shoot what you're eating, shoot your trip to IKEA, find something interesting in a shopping mall and take photos of it. Hang out with some friends, shoot that. Just shoot your pets, your kids, your anything.
About on the last podcast, and I think Echo said, when you say, oh, you know what, I'm not going to finish this book right now, I don't really want to. It's sort of like when you say, oh, I'm not going to quit.
No, it's not that I don't
Oxycontin.
want to, though.
That's what I'm saying. You say, but I don't want to do it right now. I can push it off a little bit. You accept that. You accept that answer. You accept that answer. The soldier, Jody,
Right.
wouldn't accept that answer. Would not.
Do you self-talk?
Not really. Not really. I'm not a guy that says, you know, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. I just do it.
Right.
I just go and do whatever that